Asato ma sadgamaya tamasho ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritangamaya avir avir maidhi rudro yakte dakshinam mukham te namang pahi nityam te namang pahi nityam shanti shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Oh, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So, Shanti Gita, peace song, song of peace. So, we read the chapter 6 and we are listening about the nature of Brahman and the state of that oneness with Brahman, how it happens. So, last verse 39 we read, Leshumatrang nahi daitam na sahate sruti, shabdatitang manotitang vakyatitang sadamalam, upama bhavahinatvat idrisha tadrisha nahi. We have heard that Brahman is that vakyatitam, beyond all speech, manotitam, beyond mind, sabdotitam, beyond sound, sada amalam, all the time pure and stainless. That is leshumatram nahi dvaitam. In that there is no trace or taint of duality. Because the duality, the Upanishads cannot tolerate the word duality. And there is no parallel, no example. Upama bhavohina. There is no upama. There is no parallel example. Oh, Brahman is like this. You can give some example. But there is no such example you can give because it is beyond mind, beyond speech, beyond sound, and it is because it is amalam, absolutely stainless. So, what will be a parallel thing like that? There is no parallel, no example. You cannot give any example of that. Upama, bhavohina. Upama, there is no question of upama, parallel, example, exemplifying. Even that thought close to that, with parallel to Brahman, there is no such that. And you can say, Idrisha, it is like this. Tadrisha, it is like that. Nahi, you cannot say. So we read that last time. But a beautiful verse for everyday meditation. Those who are Vedanta students, they can meditate this verse. Again, continuing that description, this 40th verse which we start reading today, it is said that nahi tat shruyate sutrai, nahi tat shruyate shrutrai, na sprishyate tvacha tatha, na sprishyate tvacha tatha, nahi pashyati chakshustat, nahi pashyati chakshustat, rashana asadayin nahi, rashana आस्वादयन् नहि न च जिघ्रति तदघ्राणं न च जिघ्रति तदघ्राणं न वाक्यं व्याकरोति च न वाक्यं व्याकरोति च न हि तत् श्रूयते श्रोत्रे. You cannot श्रूयते, you can by your ear, you cannot hear him. If there is some other person, if he talks, you can hear. But this ear, you cannot hear the voice of the Lord. Na hi tat suyate shrotri. Because these organs of hearing, tat shrotri na sprishyate tachaha. The organs of hearing, which are normal ear, can hear only material sound. But that Brahman, you cannot. Upanishad may express the idea of Brahman, but this ear is not fit to listen to that. That means you cannot, this gross ear cannot listen this truth or understand that truth by hearing anything. No sprishyati tachajata. This touch means the skin. We feel the touch and heat and cold. So you cannot feel with this sense, this touch, this sense organs of touch cannot have any experience of that. And then nahi pashyati chakshusha. These eyes cannot see. Ramakrishna said that I have seen more tangibly than this. It is not this eye. If this eye, then when Ramakrishna having the vision, the people around, they will have seen the same. Huh? Suppose here we are all, and someone of you are just having a vision. Your vision is yours. I will not see that. Even then, when the mind is so pure, then this eye will be Ramakrishna's eyes sometimes looking like this. But it is far away in Samadhi. So that's why it is said, no he pashyati chakshurho. Tat rashana, this tongue, rashana, the tongue, no asadayati. It is not capable of tasting that reality. Nahi. Nacha jigrati tad agranam. This smell, this nose, it helps to smell. But this cannot do that. Jigrati tad agranam. Because it is not a subject, it is not an object to be smelled. It is not, that means it is not physical anything. This physical eyes, physical ear, nose, touch, skin, and tongue, by which we perceive the entire world, this Brahman cannot be experienced through that. No jigriti tada, no vakkam vakarati. This vakka, this speech, expresses everything. What you are trying to describe, you can describe. But this speech cannot express that truth. Upanishad also says, na chakshusha grijyate na pivacha nannair devai tapasha karmanava. Upanishad says that na chakshusha, same idea, not by your eyes, na pivacha, but you can express by your speech. Na annair devai, not other deva. Deva means gods. Your sense organs are called gods. Not through any other sense organs. It cannot be perceived. By karmanava, by austerity, you cannot have it. You do austerity day and night, but by that you cannot understand this. Na karmana, by doing selfless karma or selfish karma, whatever. Selfish karma, of course not. Selfless karma also. But no, you cannot experience through that also. So, this is the state of Brahman. That means it is only, Rama Swamiji said, Abang manasho charam bujhe pran bujhe jar nahi surjo nahi jyoti nahi shashank sundaro. So you cannot Then in that place there is not this material things, they are all gone. And but everything is gone. That is said that there is nothing. Swamiji says there is nothing. Dhire dhire chaya dalo mahalaya pravesilo. Gradually, this world which is non-existing, it disappeared into the void. Shunne shunno bilayilo. In the void, this entire universe which was non-existent, it merged into that, or disappeared into that. But is it then void? Here Buddhism, up to this Buddhism, and then comes Vedanta. Avang manasa gocharam. There is something which is beyond speech, beyond your perception, beyond your expression. But Bujhe Pran, Bujhe Ja. It's only that person, like Ramakrishna, like Buddha, like Christ, like Brahmagyanis, those who get, they can experience that. That's why they come back with a transformed personality and they express their joy, limitless joy. So, but if it is void, then you should not have any expression of joy. Neither you will have any expression of blissful mood. So that is the state. So this is the idea of Vedanta. Whenever we read very first day, we hear this and we read whole life. We have to understand that we'll have to.
I don't remember that one, that Oswasham or.
What is Mandukya Karika? Mandukya Upanishad. First person. Oni Desham of I forgot, for a long time we have not chanted
this.
This.
That is why they cannot touch.
Yeah. Oni Desham a full list of all.
Gita also Acchetam Adatyam Shusho Nikulo.
Yeah. Then that means it is not any material thing. It is not that Brahman is, we always think it is a thing. Brahman is not a thing that can be seen, that can be heard. If there is an object, I can see, I can hear, I can taste, I can touch, if it's the object. Brahman is not like that object. It is the object subject, this misconception of object, subject and object is dissolved in that. There is subject, object have become one. And it has become that which cannot be expressed. Because the tongue is too little, its capacity is too little to express. And now I always look at if you go to the astronomy and look at the starry sky, and you follow the astronomical calculations and data, this little brain will be lost into that. This physical infinite concept of infinite realities, no? But the question of subtle, causal, and beyond. So that's why this is emphasized again and again, lest we don't make a mistake. So it is all negative, negative, negative. So 39 and 40. So this we have heard nahi dvaitam, no duality. Sabdatitam, beyond sound, manatitam, beyond mind, vakkatitam, beyond speech. It is sada amalam, positively. It is always pure, stainless. Upama bhavahinam. There is no question of any parallel example. Even the thought of any parallelism cannot be brought there. Idrisho, it is like this, it is like that. You cannot say now, nahi tatsuyate swatrena. The ears cannot hear it. This tongue cannot taste it. The eyes cannot see it. This smell, nose cannot have any fragrance perception. Najighati tadaghrana. Na vakkam, there is no word that can express what is Brahman like. Now, it is a positive way, negative way. Again, another verse is expressing the same idea. It says, Sadrupo hi avinashitvat, Sadrupo hi avinashitvat, Prokasatvat chidatmakaha, prakasatva chidatmakaha anandaha priyarupatvat anandaha priyarupatvat natmani apriyata kuchit natmani apriyata kuchit sadrupo hi avinasittat sadrupo hi avinasitvat prakasatvat chidatmaka prakasatvat chidatmaka anandaha priyarupatvat anandaha priyarupatvat atmani apriyata kachit apriyata kachit. So it is saying sadrupo, it is called sat. Brahman is called Satchidananda. So why it is sat? It is sadrupo avinasitvat. Because it is avinasi. It cannot be destroyed. So if you cannot destroy anything by any weapon, any means, then why? What will say? It is there. The thing, if you destroy, then it becomes binasi. It is subject to change and destruction. Everything in the world will be subject to change and destruction. But because it is abhinasi, it is undying, indestructible. Because of that, it is called Satrupa. So this is a good definition to understand why we call Brahman is Sat, existing. Because it cannot be destroyed. It is destruction. Everything in the world of duality, change and destruction. Say we are all, then we become child, we become adult, then we become what do you call
Middle-aged.
middle age. Now we become old age. Now we become undergone. So there is a beautiful, sometimes in the, I see some places they depict very nicely. A baby born and how it's growing.
Sharobika.
And,
Sharobika.
and ultimately, boom, dead and gone forever. That form is gone. Whom we saw walking in the ground for so many years, 100 years, 80 years, 90 years, whatever the age living. But that is gone, vanished from the whole purview. So this is the change. That's why you cannot say Sat. Sat now. This is now it is Sat. But it is subject to change. A sun. The sun is not the same sun. And all the planets were inside the sun before this splitting. So that has changed into this. And this everything is changing. We say climate change. Everything is changing. Weather is changing. And trees, plants, human, gods, goddesses, everyone is changing. But only Sat, because it is unchanging or none, you cannot, destruction is impossible. Be abhinasitvat. It is abhinasi. It is not subject to any destruction. And now similarly, prakasatva chidatmakaha, because it reveals itself and everything. That's why it is called chit. It is because it reveals itself. And you don't need another light. The sun does not need another light. When now you need to see something, you can take a flashlight or any borrowed light. But the sun is lights itself and lights the whole world. It falls on the moon becomes lighted. That only see it in the morning if you watch when the sun comes up, rays of light falls on the trees, the same leaves of the tree, how shining it becomes. It is self luminous, at the same time it helps other to express itself or it manifests itself. Light appears lighted. Atman is exactly given an example like that. It's parallel to that or close to that. Prakasatvat, because everything is manifested in the world is prakasa. Prakash means expressed, manifested. Who that does that manifestation? That is because it is Chaitanya, it is nature is consciousness. Conscious thing, a dead body and conscious body. What is the difference? It manifests, it acts, its expression is there. So anything we find it is manifesting means that is the this it is Chaitanya. It is of the nature of consciousness. Ananda Priyarupattat. Everything is permeated. Brahman is Ananda. Why? Priyarupattat. Because you know, if the whole world is, we like it. You may say we like it, but we dislike also something. Well, no. Dislike is also like, is it not? Like and dislike, two words. If we analyze a little bit, it is nothing different than that of liking. I like this is my expectation. If it does not satisfy me, I dislike it. But if I like and I get more, I am extremely happy. So likes and dislikes are not two things. It is the my feeling of closeness. I love it. I want to have it. Because that is the tendency. Therefore, it is the Brahman, it permeates everywhere, either in the form of like or in the form of dislike. That means it is like the, we can take the positive side. Therefore, because it is like that, it is called the Priyorupatvat Ananda. It is because when we love something, when I feel attracted to something, Priyo, my own, there is a touch of joy. Whenever I like something and I like ice cream and someone gives me ice cream, I'll be happy. Happiness is ananda. I find ananda. Oh, I am so happy. I'm so happy because I like it. It is priyo. It is near to me. It is very close to me. It is up to my expectation. So, priyo rupatvat, as it is priyo in this whole world, we cannot survive without this tendency to feel is my liking or my happiness. I have this happiness through this, and that's why it is ananda. And in that, anno priyata kachit no. Priyarupatat no atmani apriyata. No, there is no apriyata in atman. In the atman, there is no sense of disliking. In the Atman, there is no sense of disliking. Because whenever I love something, there I see my Atman reflected. Uh, the Upanishad says, no? Navaure pattu kamayo pratipriyo bhavati atmanastu kamayo atmanastu kamayo pratipriyo bhavati jaya priyo bhavati putra priyo bhavati vitta priyo bhavati vittam priyo bhavati sarvasya kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati iti. Only we love every object means because the love object of love is Ananda. Ananda Sarup, God is everywhere. That's why we find so much joy when we get our own expected things. So as Ananda Rup, because and in that there is no apriyata. In Anand, when you find it happens, no? If you love someone, in your eyes, even he smells bad, but you love. That the smell becomes fragrant to a person of love, loving eye, is it not? Loving eye, mom loves the child, though the child is not having some maybe partial, some defect in the body. But in the eyes of the mother, because mother loves the baby, mother does not see the ugliness in that. So wherever there is priyo, feeling of priyatva, I love, you don't see the defect there. Apriyata nahi kachit. There is no such thing of priyata in the Atman. That means whenever we love anything, see, when we take the ice cream, we don't see apriyata there because it will bring cholesterol, everything we know. But those don't bring into awareness. We don't like that to think because it pleases me. No? Anand.
Afterwards, Maharaj.
Afterwards. But in Brahman, there is never any afterwards or below or that point. It is nahi apriyata kachit. Kachit means never ever there is any unlikiness or unhappiness in the object of our lovable things. Because of that, it is Brahman is Ananda. Brahman is Ananda because positively it is pure Upattat, we like it. Wherever we find any likingness, it is because of the Ananda percolating to that. That's why Ramakrishna said Ananda is the same Ananda. Na? Ananda only, Vishayananda, Bhajanananda, and Brahmananda. So the Ananda is the Ananda. But coming through the Vishaya, that's why it gets little dim. When it comes to the bhajana, spiritual practice, meditation, prayer, good meditation, good bhajan, it's a higher, better joy. Ananda is the same, only appearing, experienced more and more or less. So Vishayananda, Bhajanananda, and Brahmananda are the same Ananda. Not two, but only it is polluted. Sun is the same sun. When the cloud comes, you can see sometimes no sun, but you can see the sun like moon. You can see much clearer manifestation or darker manifestation depending on that covering. So Sadrupo hi avinashitvat prakasatvat chidatmaka ananda priyurupatvat no atmani apriyata kachit. If you love something, you cannot see apriyata. Ah, this world is deluded, have deluded us like that. Whatever we see in the world, I like to get it. We don't see the fault, any fault there. I find joy there. And so this is the expression of Ananda. Okay, let me see that if the translation says anything. So the 48th verse what we read before, the running translation will be like this. Certainly the organs of hearing or seeing or listening, organs of hearing, that is ears, cannot hear that. Likewise skin cannot touch that. Verily eyes cannot see that. Surely tongue cannot taste that. Undoubtedly the nose cannot smell that. And speech cannot express that. And Sadrupatvat now, it is existence alone, as it is imperishable. It is essentially consciousness because of its revealing nature. We see in the whole world, something is revealing, no? But it is who is revealing? God is revealing, or Brahman is revealing in the name and form. And it is bliss as its nature is love, and no dislike is ever there possible. So it is bliss as its nature is of love. Right? Where Brahman nature is love. That's why, see, when the Brahma Gyanis come down, their love flows for all, pure, impure. There is no such distinction. That is the perfect state of uh, socialism, sorry, communism. Communism is here. After coming back from that state, they don't see anything which is not lovely, but is not revealing the truth. So they reveal to them, they see the reality, This is a revealing to them, and it's bringing joy. The Holy Mother, that's why is equally joyful when she sees that the Muslim bandit, and also same in Brahmananda, Shivananda, like highly spiritual Vivekananda like people. In the mother side, they're all same. That only is the state of where people can feel that it is the Brahman manifesting. So now we go to the next one. 42. व्यापकत्वात् अधिष्ठानात् व्यापकत्वात् अधिष्ठानात् देहस्यात्मेति कथ्यते देहस्यात्मेति कथ्यते बृंहत्वात् बृहत्वाच्च बृंहत्वात् बृहत्वाच्च ब्रह्मेति गीयते श्रुतौ ब्रह्मेति गीयते श्रुतौ व्यापकत्वात् अधिष्ठानात् व्यापकत्वात् अधिष्ठानात् देहस्यात्मेति कथ्यते देहस्यात्मेति कथ्यते बृंहत्वात् बृहत्वाच्च बृंहत्वात् बृहत्वाच्च ब्रह्मेति गीयते श्रुतौ ब्रह्मेति गीयते श्रुतौ Vyapakatva. Vyapak means it is all pervading. It's pervasiveness. Because of the pervasiveness of it. And Odhisthana, because it is the substratum of all. All this universe. Ocean is the substratum of all the waves and ripples. No? This whole universe, stars, galaxies, whatever, and all the planet in all the objects, they are all coming from that Brahman. Therefore, Vyapakatva, because of the all pervasiveness, Udhisthana, because it is the substratum of everything, Dehasya, the body is gross, subtle, and causal, Atmeti Kattate, as it's called as Atman. It is called the self because the substratum of the bodies. And it is Atma. Why do you call Atma? Atma because it is called the Atma, the self, being the substratum of the bodies. Gross body, three bodies. We have three bodies. Gross body, subtle body, causal body. And because of its all pervasiveness, it is called Atma. It's a good definition. Why it is called Vyapakatvat Udhishthanat Deho So Atma iti Kattate. Dehasya of the body, this body, gross body, not only gross body, the subtle body, dream body, not only dream body, the sleep body. All these three bodies are resting on what? On the ocean of consciousness. Because it is the substratum, that's why we call Atma, capital Atma. And also we call this Jivatma mixed together, it's called Jivatma. What I am that substratum consciousness added with this name form of gross body, subtle body, causal body. Added to these three bodies, that has taken the name of this. So it is Vyapakatvat, Udhishthanat, it's called the self because it is substratum of all the bodies, and because of its all pervasiveness, this is called the self Atma. Another, because Bringhatva, Neki, Bringhatva, Brihatvacha. Brihatvat, Brihat means it is vast. And Bringhatvat also means firmness. And it is Brahmeti Giyate Srutu. So it is Atma. What is Atma? What is Brahman? A new definition, new type of definition. It is said, Atma, it is called Atma because my Atma, says the individual soul, it is Brihatvat, The ground on which it rests is so big and Vyapakatvat, all pervasive. That's why it's called the Atma. And when because of the firmness due to its vastness, uh, Bringhatvat and Brihatvat. Brahman is Bringhatvat, its firmness, and Brihatvat, vastness. Because of these two qualities, it is called Brahma iti Giyate Sruto. In the Upanishad, they are called Brahman or Brahman. 42. Says nothing has been mentioned. So okay, nothing special. So Atman and Brahman, there is no distinction then, as it appears here. That it is only two way of looking at Atma. Why? Say একই কথা, ব্যাপক ও all pervasive, and it is substratum of my all the three bodies. My gross body is resting on that consciousness. My subtle body is inside this body, so it is resting on the same consciousness. And the causal body also resting in the same one. So because of this, it is called this Atma. Because that gives the substratum stay. We are here because of that. That's it. That's my Atma. Mane, you go individual wave. Think that you go down into the individual wave. Causal body, subtle body, gross body, all resting in that ocean of water, but not the whole ocean. You think of your little space of water. So you go there, that's called the Atman. And now Brihatvat, vastness and its firmness, Brahman. That is called Brahman. Brihatvat, Bringhanattat Brihattacha, Brahmo iti Giyate Sruto. The Upanishad, that's why it is said. That's for individual, it's called Atman. But cosmic reality, it is called Brahman. And there is no distinction. It is same formless and all expansiveness. Now, what to do now? Now comes the practical question. Yada gyatva sarupam swam. Yada gyatva sarupam swam. Vishranti labhase shake. Vishranti labhase shake. Tadadhanna kritarthasan. Tadadhanya kritarthasan. Jivan mukto bhavishyasi. Jivan mukto bhavishyasi. Beautiful, huh? What is all this talk? It is not intellectual talk. Jada জ্ঞাতवा. এখানে জানিয়া, knowing. Knowing does not mean intellectual knowledge. Knowing means aparakshanuvati, experiencing in the very core of the understanding that knowing this, that is called Atman, that is called Brahman. And why it is Atman, why it is Brahman? Because it is the substratum of all, because it cannot be experienced through the senses, it is not little as that. Five senses fail there. That is the story also in the Kena Upanishad. All the gods, they are proud of their own achievements. They conquered the demons. But they are the gods, means some devata. That means identifying with the organs of power. So Vayu Devata, the god of the wind, she's a power, and he tried to understand Brahman. Jaksha. Jaksha means the Brahman here, which cannot be recognized. In appearance, suppose someone comes over here, he does not look like a man, does not look like a god or goddess, or whatever we have our conception, we say we cannot recognize. So Brahman appeared in that way. That's why Jaksha and Vayu Devata, Agni Devata, they could not go in there. And other gods also, one by one, and came back, not recognizing, because they are not yet that understood that reality that a foundation is Brahman. Atman, one Atman, is ground is that Brahman. We Atman we say because we look at the individual wave. And you now think of the infinite wave in this ocean. And go down of each one and where you reach. A firm ground of consciousness everywhere. That is called Brahman. So when they forget that the Brahman is the power, I did, I did, I did. I did is in the causal body. You are talking from causal body level, or you are in a subtle body level, mind, intellectual level. But that all this has a foundation, and that foundation is Brahman. And that foundation is individually, if you look, you should be humbled. It's not I am doing anything, nothing I can do. It is the consciousness behind my this apparent physical, mental, emotional, intellectual body. This body, what I think, I. So it is the Atman is the ground. That's why to know that Atman. Huh? And then one knows that, then yada, when Gatva, knowing Sarupam, your own real nature, not this physical body, not this subtle body, not this causal body. You are not all this, the ground of that existence, which is giving you, allowing you to function in these three bodies, same water content. So giving the shape of the eye. So that is to be understood that as Sarupa in your own nature. Not this is not the Sarupa. This is my mind and emotions. They are not my Sarupa. They're superimposed. My understanding is not Sarupa. It is a superimposition. And knowing this, Song Vishanti, Dada Gyaptva Sarupam Shvam, knowing your own real Rupa, real nature, when you know Vishranti and become very satisfied, rested, and you rest in that Atman. Know you are that Atman, Yada Gyatva. Knowing means not, again I am saying it is not knowing intellectually as we are reading now. It is not emotionally feeling something, but it is knowing the real nature of us when each individual sarupam in your own real nature. That is the rupa, real form. That is the real nature. Vishranting lavase. When you get rested there, oh Swake, oh Arjuna, tada, then dhanya, you will be really fulfilled. Kritartha, you will be mission fulfilled, mission accomplished. Son, you will be, your mission of life will be accomplished. You will be fulfilled. You will be then Jivan Mukta Bhavishyasi. You will be a man of liberated while free while liberated. Yeah? Free while moving in life. No? You will be walking in the street, but you will not look like us, but you will not be like us, but you will be realized so. And realize means free while living. Realize Jivan Mukta, Videha Mukta. Two muktis have been discussed in the scripture. Jivan Mukta means one mukti is that after death, oh, he was a very great soul. At the point of death, he thought of God and see, or he went into samadhi and died. Okay, that is Videha Mukti. Because at the point of death, he had the wisdom and the Videho, no Deho identity anymore. The Jivan Mukti is a very higher state, they say, because you experience that and come down from that plane and live in the world of reality, Vyavaharik world, transactional world, and you see that you feel yourself, you are all permeated with that consciousness, and you see the whole world is permeated. with consciousness and love and joy. That is called the Jivan Mukta. That is the goal of life. No? It is said, Jivan Mukti Sukha Prapti Hetave Janmadharitam. We are born here only for this purpose, to get the Jivan Mukti Sukha. What is the tremendous joy in realizing the divine within while breathing? Not that after death I will get something, I will go to heaven. Who knows we will go to heaven or any other place? There is no guarantee. Guarantee is that when you, now you can get it here, then it is guaranteed. You got it now. That's the Jivan Mukti. When Jivan, when you are breathing, where is the life force is still functioning, you attain that knowledge. And that knowledge is the knowledge of Brahman. That is Jivan Mukti, Sukha Prapti. There is tremendous joy in Jivan Mukti. That's why we adore these photographs here. They're all Jivan Mukta, more than that, but at least Jivan Mukta. All the saints of the world we adore, they are Jivan Muktas. Or they have experienced such thing that death does not make a terror to them. They live in the absolute joy. Nothing can deter their joy. So, tada dhanno. So, what is to be done then? This Vedanta which has been taught, who is teaching and where, you understand. It is being taught by Bhagavan Krishna, to whom Arjuna, who lost his son, Abhimanyu, on the 13th day of the war, and that totally depressed. And now Krishna is pushing him in what flight? You are thinking of your son, died in the war, in just war, unjust war, and what shall I do? I am totally lost. No such thing. Fight, because it is a transactional world. But in reality, that is the truth. Vyapakatvat varishthanatta no dehasya atma. So it is dehasya atma iti kartate. It is called the Atman. That is you are the Atman, and get to that experience of Atman. Then tada dhanna, then you will be totally fulfilled and satisfied. Your life will be meaningful and fulfilled. Now some question, but I'll read the running translation. Oh, we are done almost. 46. So next day, this chapter will be over. After knowing the real nature of your own self, when you will attain perfect rest in yourself, oh dear friend, then you will be accomplished and blessed, being liberated while living in the body, Jivan Mukta. Huh? After knowing the real nature of your own self, we have to know what is our real nature. And when you will attain perfect rest in yourself, you can rest in your real self, big self, not the small self. We live always in the small self. Alpo laiya thaki tai jaha jai taha jai, more jai. I live always in the petty I, this petty I. He said this to me. Why he looked at me like that? I didn't do that. This petty I. When you live in this cosmic I, big I, then oh dear friend, you will be accomplished in life and you will be blessed, being liberated. Liberated not after death, not Videho Mukti, but this is the Mukti. Of course, the Videho Mukti has another standard, that it's called the Jivan Mukti. If you get it now, you will live joyfully and then experience Ananda everywhere, undaunted, like Swami Vivekananda. What to fear? Death, calm death. Huh? With courage and strength, he who hugs Mother Kali, death, hugs death, and wants happiness and misery as friends, the Mother Divine comes to her, not him. So this is that fearlessness will come, and that is the accomplishment and liberated. That's called the Jivan Mukta Vimuktascha Vimuchyate. They say, after you realize in your life Jivan Mukti, A point of time will come when the body will drop, then you are forever mukta. Still you are in the body, so you are eating, sleeping, living in the little bit of duality. But when the body will drop totally, Brahmoleen, that's why they call Brahmoleen. In Himalayas, you go to sadhus, there's a Brahmoleen Swami such and such. That means he is merged into Brahman. That is the. Okay? So we should, this is the goal of life, to be Jivan Mukta. Sukha Prakti Hetave Janmadharinam Dharitam. We have been born here to experience the unadulterated joy of the total freedom. Jivan Mukti, Sukha Prapti, Hetave Janmadharitam. And that otherwise, there is no meaning of being born in this world. Not to cry and weep and die one day. So I have then made a good progress today. 39. Okay, now if any question?
No, we want online, no, we want question.
No more question. Very good. Any question from this here?
There is one online question.
One has come. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. So tomorrow is our gospel class by Swami Medhananda. By Swami Medhananda gospel class. Now the question, do I have my own personal Atman or is it common to all? Yes. Atman is the Satchidananda ocean. Just you think. Your Atman is, yes, the wave standing there, you think the foundation of that wave, you can say, this is my Atman. But this Atman is nothing but the entire Atman. Atman becomes Brahman. So yes, I have my own personal Atman. No, no such as thing. When you go to Atman, Atman and Brahman, there is no distinction. If we can really go to that real self is the self of all. It is universal self and real self. There is no distinction. Aham Brahmasmi. That's why it is called Aham. Aham means I. Which I? Not that I which is identifying now with my body, mind, emotion. Not that I. But I am that. I am, that means that infinite ocean, that I am. When people with their ego structure of the wave drops into the ocean, when you say I am the Atman, that means you wave drops into the floor and then they become one with the ocean. Then you are ocean. You are separating yourself with ego, gross body, subtle body, causal body. That is a structure coming out of it. Imagine that the physical body is a structure. Inside is the causal body and subtle body. No. When one identifies not, I am neither the causal body, neither the subtle body, neither the physical body, then the water, suppose the water drops and merges into the ocean. Then your Atman becomes Brahman. You have no identity anymore. That's why in Samadhi there is no identity. Who will identify with whom? That's why Brahman and Atman are one in that state. Okay? Anything? No question?
Could you explain a little bit more about the subtle body and causal body? What are those?
Oh, that we talk every time, subtle body and causal body. Subtle, this is the gross body, you know.
Mhm.
So gross body, look at that. What are the functions? What is gross body? This is called eyes, ears, and panchagyanendra, five organs of perception, five organs of action, hand, feet, etc. Five, 10. Five element, water, air, fire, etc., etc. Na? And pancha sukshma bhuta. Some there are different ways of explaining, but let me do this. Five sukshma bhuta is five subtle elements. Subtle elements means same air, water, fire, and is subtle part, finer part, finer part. So now we are here. Now suppose I go to sleep now. What will happen? You will identify with this physical body, but you in the dream you are going, in the dream body. What you have in the dream body? Same. Five eyes, ear, etc. Five hand, feet, etc. This is the subtle body I'm talking about. Huh? Five, 10. Then five elements are there. There also you drink water. There also you see the earth, material, flower, fruits. No, so all the five subtle elements are there. Five. The 3 into 5, and subtle, and 17 elements. Mind is there in your dream. Don't you feel that someone is attacking you, or don't you run away or argue? In the dream, we argue with people, and my intellect is working. My ego is also working. Huh? So intellect, ego, and also memory, maybe some memory may be there. So these four, mind, intellect, ego, and memory, all four just jumbled up into two. They call two, manobuddhi. So mind, intellect, and this 20. I said 3 into 5, 15. Five organs of perception, five hand, feet, karmendriya, and five subtle elements. 3 times 5, 15, and these two. That's called the subtle body. 17 elements make the subtle body. Your subtle body, when you dream, imagine that is your subtle body. And when we die, we get out of this body and live in that body. That means we go to heaven or hell. Whatever we go, our mind, as much thinking we did, that thought will lead us to that plane. And now suppose when you are going to deep sleep, then what remains? All other drops. You only remember I. You say, I slept well. I did not know when it rained. That means you are saying you do not know. That means you are saying, I know that I do not know. Got the argument? I know that I do not know. That means I was there and do not know is there. That's called the ignorance. That ignorant level is called the ego body. That is called the karana sarira, causal body. And we come back, we play whole our life so long. We are either staying in the gross body or in the dream body, or I do not know anything, that body. These are the three bodies. But when when you can practice spiritual discipline and go from this level to that level to that level and enter inside, then you can reach Brahma. Anyhow, that's why we think that I am not the body, not the mind, I am Atman, I am Atman, I am the Atman. We go to the ground of existence, what we did today. Okay? Jai Ma. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.